And we are live. Good evening out there in internet land. This is Big D. Lady Dragon will be right back. She just had to run back to the room for a moment. And we are live in the world. How y'all doing tonight? So, as you may have noticed by the title, although it is not specifically today, we've been celebrating the Lady Dragon's birthday basically this past weekend.
Well, tried to.
Which is why there was no video.
Hello, my Commodore.
So there's the thing. Friday night I was supposed to go to the Kill Team tournament.
Same.
And I was not feeling the best.
Woo, there it is.
And then Saturday, we were going to go to the tournament and then have a party in the afternoon, evening, and go out. Well, we kind of slept in most of the day. Had a little birthday party. Went out with a couple of friends for her birthday.
And then died.
Came home and died. And we slept all day Sunday, basically. And I was actually so roughed up that I actually stayed home from work yesterday, which is actually very rare for me. I'm not the kind of guy that stays alive. Whatever. What is your problem?
The giant hole in the side of the bag. Trash bag, somebody's got the sniffles.
Yeah. So, yeah. So I finally get over the flu that's bugging me, and now I got a cold. My children are plague bringers.
Okay, so it was all you then.
Yeah, and you are 100% to blame.
We have somebody who's just off to the side. They're not feeling very good, so they're not on screen with us, but you may occasionally hear commentary coming from the peanut gallery that nobody wants to hear.
So, yeah. It's a thing. Oh. So, let's just start with the basics.
Let's start with the beginning. What's on the bench?
Well, are we going to do with the bench first? I thought I was going to do the GW News. But all right, what's on the bench?
Fine. Do your GW News
Let's do the GW News first because the GW News is short.
And,
okay, so let's start with the 40K. There's nothing going on. There's literally nothing up for pre-order right now. There's a bunch of rumors out there. Sisters of Battle showed a bunch of cherubs that are going to be new. Those are some creepy effing models. I don't like the cherubs. They're just creepy. They're just creepy. They're servitors with a thing in them to make them fly, and they have wings for aesthetic purposes, but they look creepy as heck. They're like a cross between a servitor and a mechano skull, and they look nasty. And when they've had them in books and the lore, they're nasty. They talk about them, hanging out in the rafters and just kind of relieving themselves. It's just nasty. They're like, ugh, they're gross. So I don't like them to begin with. They're creepy to look at. They're creepy models, but they're getting all new ones. So yay, creepy models.
Yay, creepy more things. That's for me. We should use those things for the Nurgle.
They're not even that cool.
You can't even Nurgle them up?
No, they're gross. They're gross, but not in a cool way. I'd rather just put a thing on Nurglings.
Okay, speaking of that, just wait till I draw my Father's Day picture and see what Mortarion decided to give his daddy for Father's Day.
Yeah. So, yeah. That is literally the only thing going on. That and a bunch of anger based on the Age of Sigmar news. Age of Sigmar just went up for pre-order, a brand new box, and it sold out faster than Lunecurse did. Lunecurse sold out in like 3 days, which was the Sylvaneth and Gitz box. The new box, Feast of Bones, is something everybody's been asking for, kind of like Plastic Banshees and Incubi, in the face of a new sculpt of the Ogres, back for people who used to play Warhammer Fantasy, the Ogres, that were wildly popular figures. they're back in print. They've been brand new and plasticized. And they've got all new sculpts, all new models, really cool. And they're putting them in with this brand new faction, the Osiark Bone Reapers, which are kind of like the Cetra dudes. They're the bone dudes with the big package. And, you know, they're creepy. I like them. They're creepy.
The bone dudes with the big package.
You got to see this model.
I did.
Dude's got a package.
Hello, Zane.
I did. So they sold out in less than 48 hours. And the kit has 2 fully usable armies. Now, admittedly, smaller armies in Age of Sigmar are usable, but it's 2 fully functional, I can put them on the table and play with them right now, armies for Age of Sigmar in one box. And it was $35 less American than the box for the Elves and the Drukhari.
He's still really salty.
I'm not salty about it at this point. It's just one of those things that I'm not salty. I give a fuck anymore. Whatever, I'm not getting monetized.
That doesn't mean you shouldn't strive for it.
I know, I shouldn't. But here's the thing. I don't really give a darn anymore. It doesn't matter. But that's the thing. The Eldar forums and the Drukhari forums over on Reddit exploded over the weekend in anger over this. Because they're like, you gave all new sculpts. It's an entire box of nothing but new sculpts, a comparable number of models, and it was cheaper. It was cheaper for this box and about the same number of figs. And here's the thing.
Stop flirting with the Commodore, darling. Not while he's on his soapbox.
One of the big things about it that was really aggravating to these Eldar players is the fact that there are several models in the box that are virtually nobody uses. They're just not good models anymore. There's other things that have replaced them. And they're like, and this is what you gave us. And actually, there's a forum letter that they put out on Reddit and the Eldar forums that they're encouraging all of their members to send in.
Yes. Sorry, happened to.
Now, here's the thing. The only way GW is going to listen to complaints like that is if you don't buy it. And that is what's happening. Because the Ogor box, the Ogor and the new guys, the Bone Reavers, whatever the hell they're called, the Bone Package dudes, they sold out in 24, 48 hours.
Something like that.
You can still order the Phoenix box on the website. Stores have it on the shelf. They're not selling.
Yep.
So
I had a box in my hands, you guys. I held it in my hands. And I couldn't buy it.
Too expensive. Hopefully we'll get one for Christmas. That's my goal. Get one for Christmas. On the other hand, that's it for news. I mean, there's literally nothing going on. This is a really light week. There's nothing on pre-order for 40K other than the Ogors and the other stuff coming on sale right now. That's all. That's it for Age of Sigmar. There's nothing going on in Kill Team. Necromunda, the only reason I'm interested about this Necromunda is because there's a new starter box coming out for Necromunda.
I did hear about that.
And the big thing about the Necromunda starter box, it's enough to make me want to buy the box. Because it comes with Zone Mortalis, which for a longest time was a Forge World only exclusive set of terrain.
Mm-hmm.
And it basically represents a underhive. It's got pillars, and it's basically instead of fighting instead of it being an outdoor fight, you can fight indoors because it's got corridors and stuff like that. So it's a cool looking set of terrain. They've never had it before in plastic. They've only had it in resin. Well, it's been leaked. They showed the picture in the first place of what the stuff in the box is going to be, which is really cool. It's Zone Mortalis. But somebody got a hold of a shipping manifest and a release manifest for the next 6 months. So there's a lot of stuff that got leaked. And apparently this Plastic Zone Mortalis stuff is going to be repackaged and sold as kits for Necromunda. Now, the reason I want the starter kit is because it's got 2 sets of guys in it. It's got a set of the cops, the Arbites, and the Arbites, I want to get them to turn them into Wolf Scouts. I mean, they really look like Wolf Scouts, or turn them over to somebody else who is looking to make a kill team for the Inquisition using Tempestus Scions. And those guys are about comparable to Tempestus Scions for figures, and they're pretty cool looking. So they're usable, good figures. I'd use them for Scouts. You could use them for Tempestus Scions. We'll see what we do. Hey! So they're good stuff. So there's that. The other set that comes in there is a set of these really creepy looking Chaos Cultists that are a new faction for the game. And I'll be honest, I want them as Chaos Cultists because eventually I want to do a
I was listening to one of the audiobooks that deal with the Imperials on the other side of the Great Rift. Would you like to see from GPW what was the lost part of the Imperium?
Ooh, I will get to that. That's a good question.
Yeah, we got a couple of things to actually talk about.
Because we don't have a lot of other stuff. Like I said, there's this, that's that. And these cultists, I eventually want to do a Chaos Army other than my Death Guard. I actually want to do, I want to do Slaanesh. I want to do creepy Slaanesh Army.
I decided on what if I could. Hello, my darling. My sweet Phoenix is here. Everybody be nice to her.
So, yeah, I mean, that's that. They're a really great team, so I want to use them as a cultist unit for an army. I want to do Slaanesh.
Saying we're not to that part of the conversation yet.
And if I don't do Slaanesh, I don't know.
She's not taking my Khornates.
No, Khornates are hers. By the way,
I have decided I'm building a Khornate. Eventually, I'm doing straight Khorne.
Okay, so let's talk about what's on the bench.
Yeah, let's skip over to
what's on the bench.
Hi, Mike.
Okay, well, you should show what you have on the bench. It's right there.
I have stuff on the bench. Okay, so I've got 2 things. Somebody, while he was not feeling good, decided to start in a
because I
phase.
sit and build when I'm not feeling well.
So he built me a gimpy, slightly broken.
It's not gimpy or slightly broken. There's a single flag that leans. If you want me to pop it and straighten it, I can. I think it gives it character.
So this will be painted up probably within the next couple days and placed.
Couple days. Yeah, right.
And then I finally got my birthday present. I do not judge Khorne by his preferences. I'm talking about somebody over there who's doing a Khorne Slaanesh army.
She's not doing a Khorne Slaanesh. She's doing a straight Slaanesh.
Really? Because
no, doing. Yeah, no, whatever. I'm doing a pure demon army. I don't care. I'm not doing any Marines.
You just got compared to your older brother. Slaanesh. There is nothing in this world that can classify Slaanesh as sexuality. So anyway, I got my birthday present.
I bought her a Wacom so she can sign digitally and get her into the 21st century with her art because I love her art and I want to be able to make it more easily.
I kind of do it the slow way. I draw it with first a blue pencil, and then I do it with a regular pencil, and then I do it with an ink pen, and then I erase it, and then I ink it again, and then I
it's kind of
scan them in, and then clean it up again.
And she does really amazing work. It's really stunning. It's kind of like her painting. It's really gorgeous. It just takes her a while to come up with a finished piece. There's nothing wrong with that because the end result is great. I'm just trying to cut a couple steps out in the middle there because I wanted to start doing like comic strips. So that's what she has on the bench.
I'm currently writing out some ideas for stuff to do. Ooh, hey, check it out. can actually see it.
Now, what do I have on the bench?
Oh, for heaven's sakes. It's not on the bench. It's too friggin' big to be on the bench.
Okay, let's start off with I'm making tanks.
No, I'm not doing a Nurgle Slanesh. What I'm doing is the Sisters of... Oh, my sweet Jesus. Okay, we're done. Shannon's done. The macaroni came into play. Shannon's done.
Okay. So I'm making tanks because I'm making Lemon Russes. So I've got a trio of them because they're going to be a trio of tank commanders for my Imperial Guard army. I also got this piece of the terrain. You know, I can make my own terrain. I really can. But I really
This
love...
Friday, Mythos, I believe we are actually participating in the...
We have a kill team tournament we're going to be in.
Unfortunately. Until 8 o'clock, I believe.
We'll
This is so
probably
close.
we get home about 8:30 or 8:30, 8:45ish or so.
If somebody keeps his gab to himself and comes home, I can't count how many times I've had.
So we can be there by 9. I'd love to show up, but I'll just show up. Hi, here I am.
I literally honked at him.
So here's the thing: if you haven't seen terrain up close, their terrain. I'm just cutting her off because I don't want to hear it. Their terrain is so gorgeous. I love this stuff. It's a little pricey, but you pay for how gorgeous it is. I'm trying to build an entire table, and here's a reason. I have Zone Mortalis. I forget which zone it is. Zone Sanctum. I have a set of the runes. Give me the board.
Nope.
And I'm going to reach over you.
Go for it.
And I have a set of these boards that I'm in the midst of painting. I want to be able to set up an Imperial ruined city to play on. So I want to be able to do it in all of the ruined pieces. I want it to look like the big Gothic ruined city. So that is my goal. That is my dream play table. So I'm working on it. But that's not all I've been doing. So like I said, I built that and primed that, and I built the 3 of these. I'm still working on them. I built and primed her Talos. No, her
Venom. I don't
whatever.
have any Talos.
Okay. But then I decided, you know what? I really want to get into this Age of Sigmar stuff that we've been talking about. So I cracked open our Soul Wars box, and I built and primed the entirety of the Stormcast side. You know, my figures from the box. Night Hunt. Stormcast.
He stole them.
I did not stole them.
Steal them.
I won them by salvage rights. I claimed them and built them first, therefore they are mine.
So does that mean Saint Celestine will fall under that rule?
Yes, she will.
Oh, I'm not drawing tonight.
Not right now, she's not.
Dang it.
She's going to fall into that thing anyhow. But you better be nice, or you're going to come home and find Lady Oleander built. I would never. I would never. Yeah, so here's the thing. I build and build and build when I don't feel well or I'm feeling kind of mindless and kind of out of it. I build and build and build. And I hear people that complain about, oh, the building is so this and so that and this. And I find it relaxing. I actually really, really find it relaxing to take them apart and paint them and put them together. So we kind of actually like the whole idea of the Age of Sigmar. The reason she's getting Night Haunt is because of this thing. She made the pretty version of these, what are these guys called again?
Nighthawks. They're undead. They're
No. These chicks
this is
specifically.
a banshee.
Banshee, that's right. I couldn't think of the word. Nighthawk Banshee. She made them all silver and opalescent and gorgeous.
I'd like to point out this is also my second figure, so please don't judge me too harshly.
So we're not, I don't know, we're going to go crazy in Age of Sigmar. We're going to probably build like a bit. But she said she saw some Cornish figures because our store, one of our local stores, has a bunch of the original Age of Sigmar stuff still on the shelf under the original pricing. So we're actually looking at getting the original Age of Sigmar box. Didn't have Nighthaunt. It had Stormcast and Khornates. So that actually might be the next big purchase we do, is to grab that box before it disappears.
You want to say hi to everybody? Say hi. Look over this way. This way. Not on me.
Apollo, you're an idiot. Apollo, you idiot. All right.
This should tell you how much we have not to talk about.
All right. So that is literally on the bench. Oh, and I don't know if I had these up before, but
No.
working on my Griffhounds. So yeah, I got these guys built and I started painting them.
Right.
So I got Griffhounds. And that's it. I mean, for 40K, that's all that's going on. For Age of Sigmar, that's all that's going on. That's what's on the bench. It's a light week. We've been really out of it being ill. So we're going to talk about stuff. We're going to let you guys drive the conversation. So I'm going to quick scroll up here.
Let's see. There was an idea of letting me, since
Oh, you're going to.
my birthday.
You're getting a spot.
Oh, okay. So we're gonna let them go first.
Yeah, we'll let them go spot. So
because I'll go around the bush a couple of times.
yeah, you walk around the block.
Not surprised because Zaina's moist.
Oh, the
Zaina's
stuff-
always moist.
The stuff around the stuff that's on the other side of the Imperium. I hate when you scroll up and down like this.
So this is why you need to just listen to me, because I actually pay attention to this crap.
All right. We're good. All right. So we're going to kind of throw it out to just conversating tonight. The Commodore threw out one of the first questions was stuff that's out of the realm of the Imperium, or like
What was on the other side of the Great Rift, what the Imperium's like over there.
yeah. That'd be
Nice.
really cool to do a Blood Bowl team out of them.
Have you finished my... No, I haven't even had a chance to start on them yet, Tina. And yes, that was a pupper, for those of you who are not familiar with our little mascot around here. That was our dingbat dog, Apollo.
That's the doof.
He's my pupper.
He's the doof. All right. So stuff on the other side of the rift, stuff that's been lost. Oh,
We had talked about potentially trying to build a campaign-like setting for a game, and building a unique board that has scatter terrain that is designed around 1950s Cold War era things. And this world is so not technologically advanced because all they made were caps for the bolters and radiators. That's it.
So
We just thought that'd be fun,
Yeah.
pick up on a world like that.
So
Creating a campaign around it.
what would I like to see them do? Well, the problem is, what would I like to see 40K do, and what would they do? Because
We're gonna. Okay, so just to let you know, originally the idea was supposed to allow me to talk about my opinions of everything and all that stuff.
and that's what we're gonna do.
And he's already usurping me talking about what he wants to.
No, you didn't. This is when you get married to somebody and they share a brain between them, and she co-ops the brain. The thing, she's finishing my sentences, but I don't even order my sentences yet. So here's the thing. What do I think they do? I can't go what they would do, because they wouldn't touch it. But
Where did I put my?
what would you like to see them do? What would you like to see GW do for on the table?
Oh, on the table. Okay, I was about to say, I've got a list.
Yeah, no, I mean, what would you like to see them make? If they were to do a whole series of things lost in the Rift, what would you like to see them do?
Ironically enough, I do like the idea of them, some planets being recovered as the Eye of Terror has receded and the way that it has been, or some of the major rifts are being closed. That it would be nice to see some of the other planets that were previously lost maybe come back, a little mutated, but so not anywhere either way beyond the technological levels because they're pre everything before the, before they had their technological constipation occur.
So you're saying pre-Dark Ages?
Yeah.
Dark Age of technology.
Which I think would be kind of fun, is to find a couple of worlds like that. Maybe find some heretical worlds just to watch the Inquisition lose their mind, where it was obvious this was a colony of a mixed race of Imperium controlled, but there were other races that were living there in peace, but obviously lost. I think that would be fun. Because how fast do you guys think the Death Watch would probably be there bombing the hell out of it?
I mentioned this.
Heresy!
I mentioned this in the car the other day. What I'd like to see them do, as long as they're doing Xeno stuff, I want to see them do figures and stats for Exodite Eldar. I want to see Eldars riding dinosaurs. What I want, they've shown the art of it.
Oh,
They've-
maybe you know it.
They've shown the art. They've shown the displays of it in like older figures about what these Exodite worlds are like. I'd love to see it. I'd love to see them bring back squats. I'd like to have the Eye of Terror recede, and instead of they find another squat world that was saved because it was hidden behind a veil or something, so that we can get squats back. Because I'm sorry, the squat bikers were one of my favorite models from back in the day. I thought they were a great model. They were a lot of fun. But yeah, I'd like to see them bring the squats back as a regular part of a force. I'd like to see, I really want to see those Exodites. I mean, gosh, there's this wonderful piece that I saw of an Exodite elves riding a freaking brontosaurus that had lasers on its heads, and these guys are swooping around like fighter jets on pteranodons. I mean, come on, elf dinosaurs, make it happen, GW. That would be so cool. Plus the fact it would let them expand the elves and do something cool with them, like making the Exodites specifically Yannari aligned, because these are people that are coming back to fight. I'd like them to do more. Speaking of Xenos, I like to see more Necron terrain.
The Necrons have terrain.
No, that's the problem. Necrons have entire worlds.
Well, my love, could you please?
The Necrons have entire worlds, and they don't have a single piece of terrain. And that is a travesty. Now, I'm not counting the Forge World stuff, because I guess there is some Forge World terrain for them. I'm talking good old-fashioned plastic.
Zane's accusing you of heresy, which is kind of not surprising.
Have you seen my Death Guard army? Oh, no, you haven't seen that because I haven't played that video yet. You'll see it this weekend. My heresy will be on display for all. I'm going to make you... You're going to watch the video. Oh, no, it's not the fun kind of heresy. It's the, I need a shower, I need an adult kind of heresy.
I would like to tell you that his Death Guard, the first time they were displayed, somebody looked at them and refused to touch them because they felt like they were going to get sick just by touching them. And then I got sick shortly after, and I told him it was his fault.
So, I mean, I do grow as well. So, yeah. But, yeah, I'd like to see more terrain. I mean, all the terrain they really have is...
Who's surprised that the Gamecraft Dragon wants more terrain?
Well, you need more terrain. I mean, as long as they don't have it, they're giving me an excuse to build more stuff, which Eldar terrain, put that on a card.
Okay.
I want to do an Eldar terrain thing.
I've already got that. Or do you want Ruin?
I just want Eldar terrain.
Okay.
There's a...
Aldari?
terrain?
Just Eldar. I know what Eldar is.
How about we just do space elves? I'm just writing
Eldar?
space
That's what
elves.
Eldar is. Eldar. 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 So I'd love to see some Eldar terrain. There's a couple of MDF companies that got some really cool Eldar terrain. But they would be great. I'd love to see.
Apparently tonight is
Zane's been drinking the caffeine tonight. That's good.
no, I was thinking he was a happy Jesus juice,
Mhm.
but you know, that might work too. Or he had one of those things that I drank on Saturday.
There you go. So, what would I like? I don't want a new faction. I want new sub factions. I'd love, like I said, I want to see the Exodite. I'd like to see the Exodites elves. I'd love to see. I'd love to see something else for the Tau. Like they need some sub races.
No, I don't want to answer.
Are STDs a creation of both Nurgle and Slaanesh? It's very simple.
Actually, I think they were created by Nurgle and then stolen by Slaanesh. Because fun. It's either that or
The Tau.
my guess on the whole question that you have in regards to STDs, Nurgle and Slaanesh is that they were probably created by Nurgle and then gifted
Co-opted.
to Slaanesh as a, well, screw you for stealing my chainsaw axe.
All right. So, I have a noob.
No, Slaanesh does not use protection. Why would you use protection? Where's the fun in that? That's
Apparently, you don't watch enough 40K text to speech. Because if you saw that, you know the only protection that Slaanesh uses is a chain axe.
Okay.
So, noob.
Oh, it's only my turn to actually talk my thoughts?
No. But we can pretend it is.
Well, then I'm going to go back to my drawing my sexy chick.
So, what do you think of 40K on a whole? Honestly. Not the game, just the world setting.
And that's why, Zane, I said that I believe STDs were created by Nurgle and then gifted, quote unquote, to Slaaneshi people so that they spread his rot and it made Slaanesh just that much more angry.
Except STDs have been around forever.
So is Nurgle.
And Slaanesh has only been around for 10,000 years.
Okay. Anyway. Tell females only lust after the greater good. Anyway, my opinion of 40K as a whole based on, well, let's just start with, I firmly believe, just from a crafting standpoint, that they desperately need to update some of their stuff because I'm sorry, the Astartes Militarum, the base dudes, look like a bunch of fucking Nazis, and they look awful compared to the rest of the figures that they have out currently. So I think they need a little bit of an overhaul and a little bit of love because what the heck? Come on, guys. I love the level of diversity, even though, I mean, it's very obvious that there is no real good guys. I mean, trying to explain this one day to an old coworker of mine was like, yes, there's really no good guys there. We got the gray guys and we got the bad guys.
Will, can you take care of Apollo, please?
The sexy trick I'm drawing is literally a blue stick figure right now, Zane. I will try to have it at least mostly fleshed out so I can show you. But I can show, real quick, just since we're slightly off topic from what the dragon. So this is potentially going to be going on a this is potentially going to be going on a shirt once I get it a little more finalized and whatnot. So yay there. And then here is the other one. It's not really so, I don't know if you guys will be able to see it or not, but the prime for licking. I haven't decided the font on it yet, so still working on that part, and that's going to be played with my Wacom quite a bit. This is my sketch. I sketch all sorts of stuff all over in this thing. It's really awesome. When I look over at Lord, though, and I'm reading some of the stuff, I'm going, wait a minute. I really, really, really desperately, wow, somebody has been screwing with this thing. Is that one, I think that this is that the whole lore for lore's sake, just for the drama, I swear by all that is holy, somebody went and talked to the BBC about how should we write this? Hey, Russell T Davies, Stephen Moffat, write this for us. Because I swear to God, there is drama for drama's sake. I mean,
it is a British company.
For the love of God, you've got the entirety of the Imperium, which are basically British Nazis. They can't pull their heads out of their butts because they're all too stupid. And to quote Magnus from Emperor's text-to-speech device, he oftentimes has the overwhelming urge to turn the entire Imperium into a bunch of spawn chaos spawns, because then their combined intelligence quota of the entirety of the Imperium would skyrocket, which is true because they're all a bunch of idiots, in my opinion. It's like, holy geez, evolution apparently is not high on their list. Now let's talk about the Inquisition. I'm sorry, you have to deal with this, and the fact that I see the Inquisition as basically the equivalent of the British Nazis, Westboro Baptist Church. You aren't like us, so therefore hate. Yes, you were just called stupid and a zealot and a few other unmentionable things, and I also called you a Nazi too.
Considering the British are the people that gave us this game, and they're also the people that gave us the book 1984, the Inquisition very radically resembles 1984 in the far-flung future. So
there's I've got a little bit of an issue of that. Maybe it's just the fact that I don't see things in those terms, that it's just very difficult for me to grasp onto certain aspects. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love the lore. I think it is incredibly well laid out. To find out that originally the I'm immune to fire, darling. To find out that the Primarchs were originally built for a very specific reason and to be used by the Emperor itself before they retconned that and turned them into his sons, and then retconned it again that he actually cared about his sons and they weren't just many clones that he had created for himself. That was actually kind of cool, and it explained a lot of their differences and why they, when you look at it that way, like Magnus being created specifically to sit on the throne and power the Astronomicon forever. It makes sense. It really does, as to why each of them are the way they are. And I thought that was really cool. And then the way that they go on, it was then later explained that by science, he was trying to create the perfect beings. And Commodore, that's not the question here. He was asking my opinion. So there's that. And then let's look at the Xenos. Okay, let's look at the Xenos. I wonder who's supposed to be, who the Americans were supposed to be out of these guys. Because let's see, you've got these sentient machines that are out to kill anything that's alive and suck their souls out so they can go back to sleep, which makes no sense to me, really. But then again, I'm not a nihilist, so I don't get it. So you have this race that all I can think is, wow, somebody watched Matrix and Terminator way too many times. Actually, there's a book that kind of touches on both of those. Okay, guys.
Yeah.
So, and then it's like, so you got these are the Necrons, and then you have the Tau. I think those are supposed to be the Americans.
They are.
In all honesty, because they're a bunch of people that are fiending for the greater
They
good.
came out of nowhere. They're
They
suddenly a
came out of
world
nowhere.
power.
They're a force to be reckoned with. They have shot ahead of anybody on a technological level that anyone has seen in over, thousands of years. And they're a bunch of mindless, naive, innocent little things that are following a group of beings known as Eternals that are basically gelding them, whatever, and controlling them, kind of like the Americans. I'm an American, so I could say this. Anyway, but this is my current opinion of the way that the government structure of this world works, the America works right now. So that's just me. Ignore me. He can't because he's my Commodore and he is sworn to protect me and my house. So there is those guys. And then you've got the and then the orcs. I know why they were created, and to me they're nothing but comic relief. They have no bearing on anything because basically what is wrong with all of you many things? Where do you want us to start? There's a list. And then let's just look at the elves. The elves in themselves just make me laugh so hard because first you have the group that is, we are too old and above all of this. There is no joy in life. It is all sorrow and we are just too good and we are above all of this and those monkeys have no idea what they're doing to our kingdoms. Okay. And they've got their sticks so far up the cheeks that they're basically being puppeted and they don't realize it. Then let's look at the Drukhari. If the words, can I screw it, eat it, drug it, or make it into a drug, crosses their mind, and you can answer yes to any of those, you're dealing with a Drukhari. Because pretty much.
I was actually thinking more along the line, wondering, what did you just think of it on a whole? Not a breakdown of everything, but that's cool.
You know what's really sad is he knew I was going to say this. He knew it because I already went over this all with him. And he's been waiting. And now I'm done talking because I've been talking for 12 minutes and he just made me feel bad.
I did not make any feel bad. Come
yes,
here.
You did.
Oh, you stop.
Nope, I'm going.
No, I mean, what do you think of it? I mean, is there something they need to expound more on, or is there stuff that they...
Was that not what I was just saying?
Okay.
I think that, in all honesty, they need to probably pull their heads out of the 1940s Cold War. Everybody's against us. The world is nothing but war. Oh, look, it's World War. And figure out that not everything is out to kill us. And if you want to survive, because the Imperium's going nowhere. No offense for my Imperium players. From my point of view, the Imperium is going nowhere except for down the toilet. As the, it's going down the toilet like their corpse emperor. I'm waiting for it.
Them's fighting words.
I'm waiting for it.
Seriously.
Yeah, that's why I said I'm waiting. I'm waiting to see what happens after I just called that. And there it is. But then again, I think that some of the other races are just inanely stupid. I mean, the elves, don't get me wrong, I love my Ynnari, but they literally have this opinion that in order to fix it, we gotta break it. Well, we broke it. Well, I guess that means we might be able to fix it. Zane, I've been spouting heresy now for 14 minutes. And you're never gonna get me.
So in other words, it's good, but as somebody who's not from a wargaming background, the way they justified the game is always at war and everybody's at war with each other.
And that's where I don't get it, because I think it's stupid, because I see 1,000 different possibilities for a way to overcome some of the conflicts. Be considering, what are the big bad guys? Let's see. We got the Necrons. Might want to deal with those. Pretty sure the Tower gearing up to stab everybody in the back.
No. The Tower, nice.
Until they realize that the Imperium isn't for the greater good. Orcs are a infestation at best, even though they are absolutely fun. Oh my god. I love them to death. I love my space orcs, don't get me wrong. I just, every single time I see them, all I think is orc. I mean, not that kind of orc. So I know that's where my problem is that I bring logic in, where I look at this and go, why are you doing this? You guys are fighting for the exact same thing. Why don't you just, I don't know, all point your guns in that direction?
Because
because it's the deep, deep dark.
And if everybody figured out that who the real bad guys are, then nobody would ever play Tyranids again, because those are the real bad guys. So
yeah, we're not talking about them. The Tyranids are on a whole another level, which I think is freaking awesome that they created these. I mean, seriously, these are something that even Chaos should go, this might be a bad thing. And the orc currency. What is the orc currency? Orcs have currency?
Yes, teeth.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
See, I'm still learning lore here, so you guys got to be patient with me. I'm just kind of muddling through. There is a lot to get through. Yeah, but this is just my genuine opinion based on what I've been doing for a long, in the short time that I've been in the craft and whatnot. On a whole, I suck at the game. I absolutely suck, and I think it all goes back to the fact that I can't roll dice to save my life. Roll the dice. Look, it's a 2, a 1, a 1, a 2, a 3. Well, you obviously missed. Ping! Off the side of the ring. But,
But the art and the story and everything is compelling enough to keep you drawn in.
Yes. I really do like also very much how they allow the community really to put together a lot of the stuff. That a good chunk of the stories and the lore that were written that make up the Black Library are actually courtesies of the players expanding on things, which I think is absolutely amazing. I love the fact that they go through and they look through their Instagram and all that stuff at what their community is doing, and I think it's amazing. I mean, heck, Big D here, for those of you who don't know, last week he ended up getting a comment on his Instagram in regards to his knights, asking if, and it said, hey, we really like this, can we put these on our site? Please reply to us with hashtag YesGW.
So those wonderful nights that I just did
are being featured on their site and in their Instagram and all that stuff. I mean, that's mind-blowing, and I love the fact that they do that they pull from their community. As a company, I think that's great. But again, they're a corporation, and so I do think that they have to do things to, pay for their stuff. And can we not talk about the Corpse Emperor? Zane just did a heresy. Everybody saw this. He said he's going to take Mike's teeth. That's a heretical thing. That's an orc thing.
Naughty, naughty.
But so, overall, I think it is a very intriguing game, and I see why it is slowly becoming more and more. I see why people get addicted to it. I have spent all of my tattoo money on it. I'm very upset about this.
I have mostly given up role-playing for it because I find it more compelling than role-playing lately.
When he role plays, he does certain things And I mean, our oldest, you guys have met Ray. Ray actually was running a 40K game, and Happy Boy here came up with this horrid idea, and I wanted to see just how. I think I'm going to tell them about your idea.
Okay.
So he had this idea of wanting to run a Warhammer game, 40K, but here's the thing, is you could play any race except Necron, Tyranid, and Chaos. You can be anything else. Because your butt ends up, you crashed on a world, not that kind of role play, you freak, and I'm not going to tell you those stories. Not for free, anyway. I might write them down one day. Anyway, but he came up with this tabletop role-playing game that he wanted to do, where basically it's a group of different races of, I guess you could call it order. I mean, if we're going to go with a Sigmar, the Sigmar concepts of them, is these are the orders, you know, the Imperium, the Elves, the Tau.
No orcs either.
Oh yeah, no orcs. So you got those three. Because the Tau, the Orcs, and the Necron, or the Tyranids, the Orcs, and the Necrons weren't allowed to be played, and you couldn't play Chaos. Because. Anyway, so the idea was you basically, everybody. Yes, I'm still trying to talk him into it, guys. But to have everybody have crashed on his planet and then have gotten caught by a rift storm, and all technology goes away. And so you're forced for thousands of years.
Because this planet was on the edge of a...
Hello, Corbin's Tacos. Oh, it's Taco Tuesday. I just realized that.
The world was on the edge of an event horizon. So even though for the outside world, it's only been a couple of decades, the people that are in the planet have been stuck there for millennia, generations.
So you would have to, they had to learn how to survive together.
So you've got Astartes and regular humans and Tau and Kroot and Eldar and Drukhari and
no technology.
No technology.
So at one point, the joke was, it's like, you know.
Oh, and squats.
Yeah, he really likes the squats. So yes, the squats would be a lot. And it's like at one point somebody's bad mouthing the Tau, and there's a Tau. It's like a half mile away. Just picks up a rock and chucks it. Tank. So, and then we started giggling about, you know, half breeds. You know, a little half marine, half elephant baby. It would kill it with fire. It'd be so cute. So, yeah.
So these are ideas. So yeah, I mean, 40K can be addictive. I won't deny that. I enjoy it. I find it a lot more compelling. I enjoy the art aspect of it. I haven't played as much lately. Since my league ended, I actually haven't played at all since the league ended.
Yeah, we're supposed to do that, start the beginning of the tournament on Friday, but unfortunately due to illness, we were unable to. So we'll
Tank.
And so we'll hopefully be getting into it on Friday.
Yeah.
But he'll be playing, I'll be losing.
You'll be playing. You have your strippers.
I have my strippers, but the problem is 2, 1, 1, 2. You miss.
Well, okay. I can't help you not suck.
Wait. Never mind.
Never mind.
Forget I said it there.
Quit demonetizing me. Oh.
Nightcrawler! Except they don't have tails.
Yeah, I gotta get her to play Marines. She has to play wolves and charge more, and she'll hit on twos.
Hey, Tina. Ask Ben how well I roll.
So,
stop using D3s. They're not D3s, they're D6s. It's awful. I can't see anything.
Yeah, you two should trade dice. All right. So, what is upcoming?
Yeah, kind of very much like that, Mike, was Marvel Secret Wars meets 40K, which I think would be fun as
That was kind of the concept. Yeah, I admit it.
well.
I freely admit that I steal concepts. Ain't gonna lie. Ain't too proud to lie. I steal stuff. That's what I do. I'm good at it.
He's also a published author, ladies and gentlemen. You should look up Null Void by Adrian Drake. I do believe you can buy it on Amazon.
You can buy it on Amazon. No Void by Adrian Drake. It is out of print currently, but there's still copies.
I have copies upstairs.
There's still copies floating around. That is something I would be. I'm thinking about including a copy in my
Oh, that'd be fun.
500 subscriber. So we're almost at the 400 mark.
Yay!
So the idea is at 500, we're going to do the give off. I've been working on things to give away and working on stuff that makes sense. So we're working on that. Other projects we're working on. Like I said, the next video we're going to do is going to do a showcase of my Death Guard.
Yes.
I've actually got 2 different base tutorials I want to do, which will make it easier for me to do the base tutorials. Get nothing done but the failures will be. That's the whole idea. Yeah, let's. Play a game where every time you fail, you just get a random mutation. That would be fun.
Okay, so for those of you who have never played the old World of Darkness, Mage the Ascension, if you used your magic too much, you got what were called paradox points. And after so many paradox points, you had to roll to see what paradox flaw you got. They could be random, from a mutation to death. I got the same one 4 times in a row.
Huge knockers.
No. Couldn't touch glass. It turned to sand.
But we've got 2 tutorials on bases we're going to be doing. We're going to be doing one on rocky plains, like nice, happy rocky plains.
Yes, that's one he wants to
Because I don't think anybody ever covers just, I don't think anyone ever covered really just doing nice, normal grassland bases. And then I'm going to be doing one on lava bases, because everybody's doing lava bases. And actually, I think my version of lava bases are kind of the best. I see a lot of other ones. I'm like, yeah. I like mine. So I'm going to do mine. And I'm going to do, then we're going to get to the gate keep for that huge Imperial Fortress we're working on.
One of the other things we're going to be working on is actually adding content to my channel, Lady Dragons. It'll probably just be straight art. Anything that has to do with crafting will actually be added to a sub-channel on him. So... Okay, Zane, just to let you know, nobody would be stupid enough to put my mage in a glass box because she had a habit of summoning Bahamut from Final Fantasy VII.
So, other games going on.
There may be some streams that are just directly me with my drawing and stuff like that. We are talking about potentially doing a secondary live stream during the week. Nothing finalized on that project yet. In all honesty, with mine stream is because I've actually had a number of people that have been curious about how I draw and stuff like that, and just are interested in just watching me as I work and whatnot. So that was probably the reason why I was thinking about doing that. I'm also going to start putting together scatter terrains because I found that I really, really like making terrains.
She likes building things, so we're going to have her work in the box and come up with some ideas for...
That's why I write down, that's why we've been writing down everything, because I found some really cool ways to build different sets of scatter terrain to be able to go down on like a full board or a kill team board that are easier to store versus me building a 2 foot by 2 foot by 1 foot tall display board.
Yeah. We also have a couple kill team boards that
Yes.
Kill Team / Warcry multi-use, boards that we've got designed and need to be built. And we're going to be doing some tutorials on that. Those are the ones I can think of off the top of my head that I know.
mean, we've got a number of projects that will be creating content for all of you lovely ducklings for quite a bit, as well as, things here and there.
I'm going to do a painting tutorial. I keep talking about it.
On how to paint white.
Yes, I will teach people how I paint on white or how I paint white, because apparently painting white is hard for some people, and I recognize
It has been requested quite a bit. So,
and there's already a lot of really good tutorials out there.
but they want to see you do it.
All right, so I'll show my tutorial on why I paint white. Secret, almost no white being used. But as far as the what painting things, I'm gonna be painting some Space Wolves. I'm gonna be painting some Death Guard. I'm gonna paint the stuff I know. So Space Wolves, Death Guard.
I suppose I should go ahead and show off while you're doing that. Excuse me a minute. I have a hungry pup to tend to.
I'm gonna be painting up.
Okay, you know what?
Using my colors. I'm putting up one of my Stormcasts. These are not going to be in one of those official color schemes that you see on GW. So that'll be the great thing about it.
For those who did not get to see them, they don't want to come apart from each other.
Oh, that's not good. Okay. And then, of course, she eventually, I might even get her some more strippers to do this with. But
I'd be happy to get them out.
I kind of want to have her show how she painted her strippers and gave them tattoos. So,
Hey, everybody.
and the bases these guys are on, this worn kind of multi-layered basing. I want to show how we do that too. And Zane, if you want us to get you some Chippendales, I know 2 guys that actually on the side work for Chippendales and do 40K. You might have met them. They run a channel.
Oh, they're my boys. I love them so much. I claimed them in the name of House Drake. I'm going to peek in here for a moment.
Hey, look, everybody. It's the Ray.
What's up, guys?
He's popping in. He's decided that he's not as dead. We've all been really down with this flu. We're all feeling kind of sick. So
Yeah.
So we're just talking about 40K and the impressions of it, and since it's her birthday, her first 4 or 5 months in the hobby.
That's fair.
Different ideas for worlds and Scattertime.
Now, if you could see 40K, since I got you here, if you could see 40K or GW cover either a world setting or something they haven't done really much on, what would you like to see them cover? Like a race that they've talked about that they haven't done enough on, or a type of world. Like we were talking
Rat
about.
ghouls. Rat ghouls.
Rat ghouls. Okay.
Yeah, rat ghouls. They're a big thing, specifically in Rogue Trader or the setting for Rogue Trader.
Rat ghouls. Okay.
Mythos says, how's it going?
It's going good. Working on a Pathfinder game that I'm not gonna be here for too long, but I put in a bunch of work into it, and players are making characters right now for it.
He unfortunately, with as much as he loves the lore, he hasn't had the time to actually play 40K a lot lately, and
he's a busy man.
no, you're 2 evocators. You're 3 evocators are in the box.
Duck. her. Right there.
Well, I took the first two on the list.
I wanted to keep
All right. Well, then I'm going to take the other girl
her.
then.
Fine.
If you want her, I want the other girl.
I'll just run out of the bloody box again.
You sure?
For those who are quite interested, perhaps we can talk to said young one. He's an amazing DM storyteller. I mean, he created an entire world from scratch. He's just freaking amazing. Maybe we can talk him into potentially, if we do set up that Discord, maybe we can have an RP thing and talk him into running a RP with Roll20 for you guys.
I use Roll20 a lot. I have to see if I can figure it in, but I wouldn't mind like one shots mostly, to be honest.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like here's an mission for you.
All right.
So there's an idea for some of the other. Yes, he is, and he had both of his parents are. He is the child of two published authors, so very much. He comes from a huge.
He's a nerd.
Oh my god.
Ancestors are nerds.
The whole family's a nerd.
They're nerds going back to the beginning of our line.
And you heard it from the peanut gallery first here, folks. But yes, that would be one of the nice added benefits of us potentially having a private Discord server.
I apologize, folks. It's been sinuses are really starting to kick back in. So you guys know about all the 40K stuff that we focus on. And as you can see, we are a multi-game family. If you can actually see the shelves behind us, as you can see, the one shelf right above my shoulder here
is D&D.
That's all D&D.
Down below it is a lot of World of Darkness stuff.
Yeah, we got some World of Darkness down underneath his.
That shelf below it, as you can see, is all World of Darkness.
And then the one over me.
And Shadowrun, not the current edition, but 2 editions ago. There's also more World of Darkness next to it, and then all the Exalted books are there.
And then the shelf directly above my head is all of our current books and whatnot that we have for Warhammer and GW products.
So that should tell you something. I'm a gamer first and foremost, or was. I just really haven't enjoyed role-playing for a bit. And I'll be honest, one of the reasons I haven't really enjoyed it lately is because of the dark stuff. By my nature, I like dark. Yeah, you do see Hunter. Actually,
yep, there's a Hunter down there.
Actually, that's the entire run of Hunter.
Hunter the Reckoning is
Phoenix.
the worst.
The entire Hunter the Reckoning. I honestly, between that and the shelf, you can't see.
Saying I love you.
Here's the thing. To be honest with you, for World of Darkness, which I'm talking the original World of Darkness, Werewolf the Apocalypse, Vampire the Masquerade, Mage the Ascension, Hunter, Vampire, Kindred of the Far East. I literally have, except for Changeling, because I hated Changeling.
And technically Demon. You know,
I don't have Demon, which I wish I did. That actually would be the one book I really have. But I have every single book they ever released for Werewolf. I have almost every book they released for Vampire. I have everything they released for Hunter. I have everything they released to Vampire in the East. I love the World of Darkness setting. And that's the thing. I like dark game settings. That's one of the things I like about Warhammer 40K. I like the dark, gritty, grim, it's nasty setting. I have an idea for a role-playing game that I presented the idea to a group of players. Now, my wife, as you could tell by her general garb, she liked it and actually ran a game based on the other side of the same setting, because there's two sides to the setting. But the other players I tried to present the setting to, a lot of them were just like, that's too dark. That's so grim. It's what I like. And the problem is, a lot of the gamers I run with, which I love my people I game with, but most of them don't want something that dark and almost oppressive. And that's just the way I am. That's the way I like to run. So I've been playing some very lighthearted games recently, but I'm kind of done with them.
He has this great zombie game that he's been running.
That one I like because
oh my god, it's and he literally, because of how good of a storyteller he is, which translated to this one here, he adapts the game seamlessly to his players. So if you create a munchkin, he's going to give you something that's going to counteract that.
And that's the thing. That's the thing. My one zombie game I'm running right now,
Same. Your inquisitorial boner showing.
So, I mean, and again, it's just one of those things that I kind of like the dark and the grim and the nasty. And not a lot of people that I play with really get into that. So that's why I haven't been really into gaming lately, but have really been into playing the war game, because it's a lot more dark and grim and all that. And I like the setting, and I like the feel of it, and I like the way it goes. And that's been a little why I didn't get into Age of Sigmar, because it seemed a lot more bright and happy. And then I actually started reading the books. I'm like, oh, no, the dudes are bright and shiny and happy, but they're not. And
well, it's Noble, right?
Yeah, not really.
No,
not really. Not really. Not really. If you read the lore, it's really not. I thought it was. They're not.
You can still look. I do it all the time when I'm taken.
So, and that's the thing. I think gaming that pushes your limits. Yeah, the Bone Reapers. God, I love the Bone Reapers. But I'm not playing undead. She's playing undead. I'm giving her full reign of the undead.
Mostly because this is his attempting to keep me from murdering him in his sleep, because he stole my Stormcast.
They're mine. I want the paladins that kill everything.
This was mine. This was mine. And he stole it.
It's not mine. And she will look good in silver and purple.
Yeah, she will. So.
You know, and that's the thing. I but again, I digress.
So pretty.
One of the reasons the setting I want to do this game for is because I want to build terrain for it.
Yeah, this entire channel started out with him building scatter terrain for his different games to make your table pop and epicing your game.
And that's the thing that turned over to 40K stuff. And I want to still build more 40K terrain, and I want to build more.
So we came up with a compromise: is that he's going to focus on the 40K side of things because he knows that better than I do. However, I'm going to start working on scatter terrain because I really enjoy doing scatter terrain and display boards that are good across the board.
So that is another change you're going to see in the channel. I may be Big D, and this is the channel of the Gamecraft Dragon, but it's really going to be the Gamecraft Dragons, because she's going to be hosting a lot more episodes with me. A lot of the crafting episodes, she's going to be on there. I mean, she'll be... We'll talk about it. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. A 6x4.
That is actually something I'm already starting on, Howard, because my plan for Armies on Parade next year is to build this gorgeous Imperial golden and marble. I'm never gonna get away from that damn. I'm not Bad Dragon pick. Don't Google Bad Dragon. Whatever you people do, don't Google Bad Dragon.
Especially Bad Dragon Girl. Really bad. That being said,
You need to find a better name for me, Zane, because I am not a things that go buzz in the night kind of girl.
so
Yeah.
No, that was when I sold lotions and potions and things that went buzz in the night.
so
But yes, the Tomb World, I've actually been wanting to create a mausoleum, but it's all nice and pretty because it has to reflect.
so we're going to be doing. She's going to be doing an entire. We're going to start off with a. Yeah, that's you don't want to Google that. I know what that is.
Zane, I think you may have just disgusted me. Well done.
She's going to be doing a. We're going to be doing a kill team board
Yes.
based on the tomb box
Yes.
because I want that box. I want that box. But that's going to be the basis of the center of the board, and she's going to eventually build an entire 6x4 Warhammer
Yeah.
board.
I want to showcase for Armies on Parade next year my Death Hunt. Or my Night Hunt, sorry. Not Death Hunt. Night Hunt. Sorry. It's something I really, really want to do.
So we will get there.
I apparently can turn out terrain faster than I can turn out figures.
Which is really funny because when she paints on a bigger scale, she paints faster. So
I am getting faster at painting figures only
You are.
because I'm having to scale myself back and stop with the
yeah,
details and
and you're getting better. I mean, that's the whole thing. And then the thing is, your figures are turning out beautifully, and that's a joy. And that's a win. Win-win. Win-win. Oh, my head.
we may have to call it early so I can pour Big Papa Bear into bed.
Oh.
Unfortunately, my dragon is not feeling good.
My head is broke.
Oh, yes, and shameless promotion plugging is I did start up an Instagram and a DeviantArt just for Lady Dragon, so that you guys would be able to see the art and whatnot that I'm going to be producing specifically for the channel or in regards to 40K Age of Sigmar.
So I will be putting a link to that.
It's currently empty, so don't look at it right now.
I'll be putting a link to that starting in the videos when she has some content out there. We're going to start pushing social media a lot more. I'll be honest with you. Just because until I can get the videos to the point where I can have multi-camera and be able to put things up so you guys can see it.
We are working on that. Zane, did you really have to create a second one just so you can pat yourself on the back?
Well, of course he does, because he has to claim wins, because that's all he gets. Because he's a loser.
He's Inquisition.
Like I said.
So that means Zane's going to get one of my specialty Lady Dragon shirts just for him.
Yeah, and hopefully when she gets his art done, I'll tell you right now, folks, as soon as that art's done, we're going to be up on a merch store. We have a few things to get up there. Frost and Fist had some really cool guy, the Red Beard Boss.
Red Beard Boss. Oh my gosh, he was so awesome, you guys.
But I want to say is that one of the things he did is he has his own line of brushes. Now, I haven't gotten them yet. I think we're going to get a set just to test them out.
Yes.
I think we're going to get a set to test them out. But I'll be honest with you, I use cheap ass brushes.
We use $10. We use $5 packs from Walmart from Folk Art.
$4 packs. They're $3.99. They're $3.99.
Okay.
I love them. But these,
I'm starting to suspect he might.
these are these brushes are really good. But they got me thinking, and I want to give him credit for that. They got me thinking that, you know, if he can make brushes, there are tools that I have made and things that I make that if I could, like, say, I don't know, get my hands on a 3D printer and replicate, there are some things that I can make and produce for crafters that I think it'd be kind of nice to put up on like on a site like that. So like an Etsy store or something. So something to think about.
Zane is having entirely too much fun. Zane, buddy, I love you. Decaf, sweetheart. Decaf.
So I don't know what you guys think of that. Just because I want to put some more power into crafters' hands, and the starters' hands, and the beginners' hands. Simple things. You know, dice trays, card holders. So when you're playing your game, you can see, oh, these are my cards, and these are my dice, and these are my objectives, and kind of track things, and these are the points I have.
This is all him. I just draw shit.
Yeah. So we're working on that. We have a friend who
will be getting.
He's investing on an MDF laser cutter and laser engraver. So I have some definite ideas about MDF terrain that we're going to be throwing at him. And then
Zane says that you could always you could always just sell the files to people who have a 3D printer.
yeah, and I've actually got the files to make. I've got the
This is awful.
I've got the program to make it. So it's some ideas. Like I said, we're working on a few ideas here. It's all about trying to put crafting into the hands of people and make it easier to do. And I think that's the goal, and it's always been the goal of this channel, is to make your table epic, whether you're playing for role-playing games, whether or not you're just playing a war game, whether or not you're just setting up dioramas and just doing cool stuff to show off what you have. Being able to do that in a cool way when you don't think you have the tools or the talent, I think it's important.
We also are really big because, you know, the more you get into
Because I eat too much. You said I'm really big. I made a fun name. Ha 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 ha.
And that's it for Lady Dragon today. And I was actually already planning on it, but I will only do it if you stop calling me bad Dragon Girl.
All right, folks. We're going to cut out a couple minutes early tonight so I can focus, build a few things, and then go to bed.
Or just go to bed.
I got to get these.
No, you need to go to bed.
I can't let these pieces lay out here. I got to assemble just these stuff cut out and I'll put them to bed. So that being said, folks, I'm Big D.
I'm Lady Dragon.
We love you.
We thank you. It is your support that helps us keep going. It is your guys' encouragement and ideas that keep us, you know, yeah.
So mash that like button. Let us know. Let them know that we're.
Subscribe, share,
And
comment,
remember.
review.
And remember. Epic your table. Epic your game.
Epic your life.
Always try better.
Always keep practicing, because you never know when you'll meet someone who you think you might beat, and they will be better.
So we love you all, and we'll see you in the near future.
Game on.